Hello, everybody. Welcome in MyDraw MechTech, Kodiak, Zendraw. Welcome in, guys. Yes, this is attempt number 2. I changed some more settings, so we're gonna see if this helps. But I am looking for replacements for Restream, basically a way to multi-stream. I found a plugin for OBS and I downloaded it. It's like there are viruses in this. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So let's just go ahead and get started. We're just gonna continue assembling minis, pick up right where we left off. We're putting this guy together. 2 computers, yeah. I preferably want an option that's free. You know, that's kind of the goal. Okay, we need piece 1 and 4 to start, of course. So we're just gonna keep going. What's this guy called? He's called an Arcanist Evaluator. So we got the bureaucrat coming in. 1 and 4. How you guys doing? He is evaluating, yep. He's got 2 head options. One is a helmet. That's pretty steampunky. And the other, he looks like Dr. Robotnik. So, I don't know. The Bobs are asking what you do. Yeah, that's what it is. His name's Bob. He's one of the Bobs. That's great. I watched that movie maybe a month ago. It was great. The movie holds up so well. Fun, what's going on? How you doing? Joining on YouTube. And Dundersnuff, welcome. Hope you're doing alright. Sorry about last night's stream, everybody. I hope this one is better. And I have no idea if it will be or not, but we're going to hope it is. But I am looking for alternatives to be able to stream on both YouTube and Twitch. Alright. Piece number 3 and 4 is next. Or not 3 and 4, 2 and 3. Sorry, we already put piece number 4 on. 2 head options. It sounds like there's only one option. Yeah. I don't want to make this poor guy's minis look like Dr. Robotnik. Ever listen to D-Rock? No, I'm not familiar. So what's up, Night Trap? How you doing? So, do we want to just continue on our conversation about all this weekend's leaks, and also there's yet another Space Marine mini announced this morning. Another Space Marine Jump Pack Captain, but this one comes with a Storm Shield and can get a Thunderhammer. So they're bringing back the old Smash Captain with Primaris. Yeah. Yep. New one. It is it's one of the commemorative series minis, but they said it's going to join the regular line of minis. So it's just another mini. It's an official Warhammer band from the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, I've never heard of them. So on top of all the Ultramarine stuff leaked and then announced yesterday, we got yet more Space Marines this morning. It was funny. It's painted like an Ultramarine because they all are, and it's funny. It's just funny to see, like, look at all these Ultramarines, and then they're like, hey, here's another Ultramarine. This on here. Because he's got an apron on. Look at this guy. Big apron. Alright. Piece number 5 and 11. Alright, makes sense. 5 is this big gun here. Runa Plague Marine with too much plastic spent. Yeah, you gotta be a little little conservative with your plastic cement usage, but I think we've all been there. We've all melted a mini here and there. Me and my friends used to call it melt-a-glue back in the day. New Chaos Marines. My prediction came true for Horus Heresy. Yeah, the Sunday preview. Yep, I called it. I called that a while ago. You know, it's not so like this week I was like, yeah, it's going to be Heresy stuff. Like, you know, we talked about that quite a bit, and which is great. I didn't expect to see the combat forces out yet, though. So that is a bit of a surprise for me, but I did call the price on the combat forces, which are the same price as combat patrols. They're actually a better value, I think, than any 40k combat patrol at this point. So 170 retail. Man, that's like, what is that, Zen? Like not quite 130, maybe like 135 or so at our local store. Right? That's a crazy deal. 136 for yeah, for all the stuff that comes in there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, there you go. You're doing the math the smart way. That goes all the way up there. There's a whole bottle on it. Oh, that's rough. You know what, Fung? The way you use that mini now is you use it for basing. As much as that sucks, and it really does suck. Like, that hurts to hear when people like have minis get destroyed and everything. But yeah, basing material. That's what that is. No, that's really good for the Mechanicum box. So, if I'm not mistaken, the retail value and all that stuff separately. So, we're talking US dollars. Okay, gotta pop that one in. US dollars, I think the Space Marine one's like $267 retail. And if you get it for $170, you know, you're saving $100 retail on that one. The Mechanicum one is, I think, $265 or $264.50 or something weird. There's like a 50-cent thing in there. So you're saving, again, close to $100 on the retail price. And then the Solar Aux one's like $244. That one's actually the worst value of the lot. But that's the one that I'm actually interested in, though, which is pretty funny. Right there. You don't have them. Yeah, the Mark IIIs work really well as Death Guard minis. Yeah, Tuvan, we're talking about the Heresy combat. They're called combat forces, is what they're calling them. So instead of like Spearhead or Combat Patrol or whatever, combat forces. So really good value, and they look good. So I don't have a ranged variant of the Leviathan, and I actually glued my Leviathan. So I am not excuse me, I'm not totally opposed to the Space Marine one, but I have 70 Mark VI Marines. I already have all the heavy weapon squads I need in the weapons, so that's not something like, if I played Death Guard, hands down, be all about it. But no, the Rhino is one I would use, absolutely. I know I can print my own Rhinos, but I absolutely would use another Rhino. It's more just the Mark VIs and the weapons are the things that I don't need so much. So that Solar Aux box, though, Combat Force, is money. Like, that set is so good. It's like everything you want. Yeah, Heresy has Combat Patrols, yeah. And they're up for pre-order this Saturday. There's 3 of them. There's a Mechanicum one, there's a Space Marine one, and there's a Auxilia one. Whatever is present in my local hobby store. That's fair. That's fair. Well, that stinks. And you know what? Like, that's going to happen, and you're learning something here, you know, as painful as that is. You know, and I think yeah, being extra careful with your plastic cement and your minis around the plastic cement is definitely a hard lesson to learn, but it is a lesson regardless. Yeah, and cultured, I want that fell blade. I do. I want it. And I want it now. But if someone wants to send me one or send me the money for one right now, I will buy it. I will pre-order it as soon as I'm able to. I'll call my store today if that's a thing. But yeah, I might be waiting just a little bit. It is my precious. I want a giant tank. If and when I do get one, it will be my the largest mini I've ever painted. So, and owned. You know, yeah, mini, yeah. Zen, as far as getting the Mark 6 Marines, I noticed something. So I played a Heresy game. It's the size of a Baneblade, but I have never owned or painted a Baneblade. So, I played a game of Heresy on Saturday. Game was a blast. Opponent was super cool. Like, it was a fun game, and I'll tell you guys about it later. But I had a bunch of my new Mark II Marines, and I mixed them in with my Mark 6s. I was like, yeah, this is the dream. You know, mixed armor marks and tactical squads. You know, doing all the cool stuff. I had my cool sergeants and everything that I had painted up. You know, like Sergeant Breadstick and all that. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. This is going to look so cool, like having the mixed armor marks. And to be real honest, I did not even notice while I was playing. Yeah, I didn't even notice that there were different armor marks on the field when I was playing. Yeah, I'm staring at backpacks, and even then, like, their backpacks are different, like significantly so when you look at the minis. But I still, I still didn't even catch it. You know, like it was just like more TAC Marines. So yeah, you know, maybe when there's more, or you know, I don't know. Maybe it was just my attitude at the time. Who knows? Who knows what it was? This piece going. Terror squads will be different though. Yeah, yeah. When they have varied weapons and like you're putting on a bunch of extra stuff. That's how it goes. Okay. Keep that in my fingers. Ugh, there we go. Stick to my fingers. Okay. He's ready to evaluate all over the place, and then yeah, so we got steampunk head. You guys see steampunk helmet? And we got Dr. Robotnik. Look at that Dr. Robotnik head. Like, that's wild. The only, yeah, like that's totally Dr. Robotnik head. Ew, what's going on? Okay. Alright. Dr. I'm not painting Dr. Robotnik's head on this man's serious army. He deserves better. I want to talk about the Dark Eldar leaks. You guys want to talk about Dark Eldar leaks? I want to talk about Dark Eldar leaks. Wait a second. What does... Ah, get off there. Weird. What? No way did they do that. All right. You guys can look. You see the little nub right there? Little nub, right? Right? Look at the bottom. You see the little indent for the nub? Everybody see it? No nub. Look at that. Look at that. They just straight, unless it, okay, wait, hold on. It sits above the nub, that's why. Above the nub. Oh, yeah, okay. We're good. We're good. Yeah, it's on the padding, yep. You guys are quicker than me, it's fine. A day full of meetings. Oh, that stinks. Above the nub, yep. If I end up painting a second one of these for this gentleman, it will be Dr. Robotnik. And I will make his hair color and everything, Dr. Robotnik. Well, that's all for this guy. That's a cleaned out sprue and one spare head. On to the next thing. Okay. Be brave. No, I refuse. Next thing is Capricus. What is that? Capricus? Capricus? Alright. Night Trap, I have a Drukhari army. I have had my Dark Eldar army since 5th edition when they got their revamp. And it is one of, if not my largest, 40k army. Stand on your business? Yeah. Stand on my business by taking things seriously. Alright. So Dark Eldar comes out. Their stuff leaked. What's up, Oberion? How you doing? This thing goes on a base? Oh, it does. It floats. That's right. This is the Gillette razor here, the electric razor. They got 2 new minis. Cool. In the same weekend, they had 2 new minis announced. Space Marines got 4 sets announced, which is really funny. But it's fine. Space Marines pay the bills. That's what it is. You can't be mad at Space Marines getting minis when Space Marines make money. So I need to look up equipment options. So the rules leaked. Oh, okay. I'm making a Capricus carrier. I'm gonna call it a Capricus to make everybody mad. I assume this is the carrier, because it's got like an open back. This is the Votan's answer to the El Camino, I think is what this is. Yeah, okay. The carrier has the little saw machine gun. So the codex leaked. Now it's not the whole codex. It's just the rules in the codex. They have 5 detachments, which is fine. Your mod's recovery. Oh, okay. Well, I hope recovery is going well. I know that's always a lot of work, just kind of on everybody's end. So hopefully everything's going okay. Hope surgery went well and everything. It's good to see you. If Veteran Squad jump packs would be too powerful. No, they'll do it. They're going to do that soon. Are you talking about Night Trap? You talking about 30k? And I don't think so in 30k either. Melee's kind of tame. It's hard to say that specific melee things are overpowered in 30k, because it seems like it got toned down a lot. All these rules leaked, and so I briefly talked about their army rule before stream cut out last night. So the army rule, they have power from pain, and how it works is every turn you get 1 pain token, and then you get 1 if you destroy an enemy unit. You get 1 if you make an enemy unit fail a battle shock test. Alright, you just collect these tokens, and then you spend these tokens on special abilities for units. And it used to be essentially you get rerolls to charge, rerolls to advance, or rerolls to hit, whether it's shooting or melee when you spend them, and they go for the phase. And you spend them per unit. So you kind of build them up and then you spend them on a turn, like kind of a go turn, and you use them to nuke, or use them on like a, like scourges that have really high powered weapons but are hitting on 3s, like that kind of stuff. All right, so that's what they're used for. And a lot of the army was designed around the fact that you use these pain tokens for rerolls. Alright, so new rules come out, and they changed how Power from Pain works. You still get the tokens, but every squad has their own pain token ability. Every single squad. So not only did they remove almost all the rerolls from the entire army on things that probably really needed the rerolls, they also added yet another ability you have to remember on every unit in your army. 1,000 have a melee unit consisting of Kopeshes. They do, Night Trap. Yeah, they're called Kinatai Blade. Kinatai Blade Occult is what they're called. Yep, I have a squad of them. They're pretty cool. So during July, should be able to be more mobile and self-sufficient. That's good. That's good. Okay. Alright, well, good. Good on you, Oberion. Spending some time with your family. So every unit has their own Power from Pain ability now. So when you spend a token on that unit has that ability. So there's like no more rerolls. I think there's one unit that gets rerolls to hit when you spend it on them. And then I think that's it. So that alone took down a ton of the power from the army because of about rerolls. Now, Dark Eldar they're not like top tier army. Okay, so it's not like they're out there winning a lot of tournaments. There's one dude winning tournaments, and that's Skari, but otherwise, like, they're very middle of the road or below. Yeah, they went from glass cannon to glass. So other things that happened to the army, the Dark Eldar I think had 21 or 24 data sheets from the index. Every edition, they have lost units out of the rules. Every single edition. So they lost stuff at the beginning of 10th. And now when their codex comes out, they're losing 4 more units. 4 of their units are going away. And those 4 units are the Finecast units. And, normally it's like, yeah, it's a character or some like weird niche squad. But it's not that for Dark Eldar. It's their grotesques, which are their like Ogryn-sized coven units, like homunculi units. The special character homunculus Yuri and Rakarth. The beast packs, which are like, I know as far as like competitive play goes, all these units are losing are like part of their competitive army, which is funny. But the beast packs, which are like a mobile like melee unit, and then their the Court of the Archon. So the actual bodyguard to like Archons are going. So all of those units are out. All out of the codex. So they dropped 4 entries out of their, I think conservatively I'd say there are 24 data sheets in that army. All right, I need 5 and 6. That's what I need. Okay. So this is 5. Okay, so they're losing all these units. Some other things they're losing, one of them is their Archons had an ability where they had the Vect ability. You guys remember what the Vect ability is, where if a unit is within a certain distance, they pay extra for to use command points. And they had changed that through the edition to where it was like you pick an ability and you pay or something. There was kind of like a whole thing. With how it worked. I think it might have been within 12 inches you pay extra point or something. So the Archons flat out lost that ability. They didn't give them anything. No, the thing they gave them to replace it is like the normal captain ability, where like, yeah, you can use a stratagem for 1 less point. That's it. That's what they gave them. So they took out their cool, like, like very Dark Eldar unique ability that they had for a very long time, and just replaced it with like the generic captain thing. Um, Lady Malice, the new character, has the Vect ability, which she would be a character to get that. That's fine, but she's the one that keeps that ability. Um, so that's like really just like hot garbage that they like stripped out more character from like the basic like characters in the army. The next thing that they did. So okay, one thing they added, the raiders. Raiders are the transport. What's this thing going here? Goes right there. Yeah, okay, hooks in right there. Just like that. Okay. So the way they changed raiders are the transport, the bigger transport model, not the Venom. But it's the bigger one that holds like 10 dudes in it. Depending on what squad they transport, they have a totally different special rule. So not only do they have their basic ability, they have, the bigger of two sailboats. They have their basic ability, they have the pain ability, and then they have, I think, 4 other abilities that trigger depending on what they're transporting. I think raiders are really good in the rules now because of what they transport, but that one unit, that one transport that you're bringing 3, 4, 5 of has 6 abilities on that one model. I don't know who thought that that was a good idea to put that many abilities on one model on top of its like normal rules. That's crazy to me. And then as far as the detachments go, I think the detachments are like probably okay. There's one glaring issue with a specific detachment, and that's the one, it's like the Coven detachments, like the Homunculus Covens. If you run a Homunculus Coven, you cannot make a 2,000 point army. There's no way to do it because they took out the units that would bulk out those points. They just don't exist now because they took the grotesque and the special character out of the army. So, like, cool, sucks to be you. You just don't get to have a full army that takes advantage. So the Homunculus Coven army has, I think, 2 units and a character that take advantage of their actual detachment rules. Which makes me feel like they designed those rules before they decided to take out all the units from the codex. I could be crazy, but I'm feeling that a little bit. Dark Eldar did get... They got the kill team added in. The weird, what is it, Hand of the Archon? But it's a kill team unit, so it has like 300 options on the one unit. And that's what it is. And they're just like slightly better than Kabalite Warriors with different rules. And like, it seems like the Reaver jet bikes are really good now. Depending on the points and stuff, and those are one of my favorite units, so that's cool. But yeah, some people don't play these armies because they don't support them. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly why Night Trap. Like, games, why take the risk of your Games Workshop shoes? Why take the risk of something not selling when you can just make more Space Marine captains and update Ultramarines and everything will sell? They're gonna make more money selling that one Ultramarine release they announced yesterday than they will in like the entirety of a revamped Dark Eldar army. So that's just the reality of it. And I really like the current Dark Eldar line. I don't feel like their miniature line is outdated. I would like to have everything in plastic, like that'd be good, which I guess everything is in plastic now because they just killed all the resin stuff. But I just like, if they could just not remove armies from the units from the book, like that would be cool. I don't think in 10th edition they've removed models from a codex and then added them back in. I can't think of the last time that's happened. I don't know if they did that in 9th edition. Okay, 11, 12, and 13. Well, there's 13. Yeah, I don't know. Based on history, Chaos and Lead, Dark Eldar haven't got a new unit since 5th edition. So already complain about the fine cast models, yeah. Or we'd do better if they did more, yeah. Yep. Yeah, there are tons of cool factions, yeah. But you know, like corporations are gonna be risk adverse when they can. And you know, if they have a guaranteed moneymaker by continuing to put out Space Marine captains and lieutenants, then that's what they're gonna make, right? Yeah, it's crazy too because it's like, you know, I heard they're like, oh, they're gonna get a revamp next edition or whatever. Like, okay, you're getting a revamp, that's fine. There's still like 8-9 months left in the edition. 9-10 months maybe closer to 10 months left in the edition. Like, why not just make a big release for them? Like all these minis are already done and you know, designed and everything. Yeah, there's a chance they just scrap Dark Eldar. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. The only reason I don't think that'll happen is because Valrak has been saying that they're getting revamped stuff, so that's the only reason I would doubt that. Oh, spilled my glue there a little bit. Maybe keep the cap on. Okay. Gosh, these little hover things are like 8 pieces each. 30, 31, 32, 33, and 25. Put those over there. Get this piece over here. Okay, I need 32 and 28. Tom bursting on the webwick, more on fire behind him. All the Drukhari are dead. Sorry, guys. Yeah. That's what it'll be. They're just the whole Drukhari army is just a setup for like the Khan's return. $25, $20 over here. Oh, there's 30. Okay. So yeah, for a minute I was looking forward to seeing what the Dark Eldar had going in their rules. And then it was completely killed when I started reading their book. Yeah, Mandrakes are Drukhari. So Mandrakes got a huge nerf also. Stick feels harder, a little harder to clean mold lines. Interesting. Mandrakes had an ability. Just drop this piece. There it is. Their whole like utility in the army was they do the uppy downy thing. So at the end of your opponent's turn, you pick them up, and then at the start of your turn, you can deep strike them. And they had like utility doing that and everything. And that's, to me, that was fun. The new rules, they don't have that ability anymore. It's a pain token ability. So I guess they still have it, but you have to pay a pain token to use it. Which is wild. It's like they just like gatekeeped all their all their rules, all their interesting rules. People are upset about the old ones. I don't know. They haven't sold those minis for a while though on their site, so yeah, it is. It is very dumb. It is dumb just to gatekeep rules like that for like one army in particular. I don't know. And you know they did the same with Lilith with their character, one of their special characters, where she doesn't get one of her big rules unless she spends a pain token. So not only does she lose out on her rerolls to hit in melee when spending a pain token, she also loses out on one of her main rules unless you spend that pain token. So you have to spend a pain token to get half the rules that she had before. And spending a pain token. It's crazy. It's like they just shoved all the rules into a new mechanic. Get out of here, Zen. Get out. Took away Khorne Berserkers. A few months later, they dropped the World Eater book. Yeah, but that was also like a different army and a different book and everything. I mean, I guess you could say, but I feel like that was a bit of a different circumstance because now, you know, they were like, did they announce the new Berserkers yet? I also think the new Berserkers had leaked already. Not that that changes much there. But yeah, for a whole new codex. Yeah, the Cabal points are different because the Cabal points are like, they're like extra, right? I don't think you feel like it's not like, hey, you know, I want my my rubrics to capture objectives, and the only way to do that is to spend a Cabal point. You know, Um, yeah, because you're not taking away an ability, and you're also not like it's not like every unit has their own Cabal Point ability that just like adds more rules. Like I know Thousand Suns are complicated enough to play in 40k as it is. Yeah, Cabal Point's probably the closest. But then the Cabal Points also aren't a light like win more mechanic. Because if you're not killing enemy units, you're getting one Cabal Point a turn. Because, you know, fortunately they give everybody a Cabal Point at the start of the turn or whatever. But you're not getting anything if you're not killing stuff. And it's harder to kill stuff when you don't have pain tokens. So I don't know, maybe they're gonna drop the points on everything. And all the units will just be super cheap. Maybe that's just the play. Said World Eaters feel like the Ultramarines of Chaos. Really? That's a take I don't think I've ever heard. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna take a drink. No, Horde doesn't fit Drukhari. No. But if they're if they're gonna make all their units suck, like, you need to have more units to compensate, right? Maybe 11th edition Chaos and Lead. Maybe 11th they get new models and a new codex, but I still don't think they're going to have anything new in their army. I don't think there's going to be a new thing in their army. I think it'll be this way. It goes that way. I think it'll be plastic for some of the minis that weren't plastic, and like new warriors and stuff, and new witches. I don't think we're gonna see like a true revamp. Okay, got that little feats there. Stand him up. He stands on he's got a little flight stand that's really nice, actually. It's just like a little base one. Okay, next ones. Spilled a bunch of plastic glue on accents. Okay. 18, 19, 20. One's 23, 24, 25. Okay. Yeah, it's not a big money maker. Yeah. I still think that there are models in the Dark Eldar line that are still among the best looking in 40k, like sculpts and everything. And I'll definitely stand by that. Even their like 2010 minis, I think, look better than a lot of the modern stuff. Okay, so over here. Okay, I was like, where are these pieces? Crybabies looks so good in person. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Zen. All right, they're so cool. Yeah. You know, I want a Tantalus in plastic. I would buy that whether I'm playing 40k or not. I'd buy a plastic Tantalus. 25 goes there. Then 20 goes here. All right, let's clean up, and then we'll start assembling. The racks, yeah. Racks are cool. Racks are cool minis. I think the even the metal mandrakes before the new plastic ones, those metal mandrakes were incredible looking. Scourges are among the best looking minis GW put out. The Reaver jet bikes, I think, are some of the best bike units that GW's ever made. Like, I've never seen a bike unit that looks like it's going fast like those. They look mean and fast and like everything you want them to look like. Yeah, even the Hellions. People had always made fun of the Hellions where they look like they were too muscular or whatever. And I think that's just people never seeing them in person. When you see those minis in person, they are wild. Like, they're so cool looking. They have such like a good sense of movement to them. And yeah, they're great minis. What's up, Misfit? My favorite color for trim, if we're talking Space Marines, is probably gold, just because I play Thousand Suns who do gold trim and Ultramarines who do gold trim. So if anyone wants to pitch in to get painting data Fellblade fund, feel free to do so, because it's a pricey mini. E-busking, yeah, that's right. I'd think about what colors I would paint it. So many good options. A trade for some Beastmen? Oh, Cultured American, you might have yourself a deal. I mean, we could just come up to a fair cost then and just do the thing, right? Gold pops best against a dark color. Yeah. I think you're right there. Definitely Night Trap. Yeah, the Studio Thousand Suns Fellblade scheme that guy did was okay. I liked the white accent. I feel like there's too much red on it. Yeah, it's way too like monochromatic. Yeah, I had seen that mini before. That actual specific mini. Pictures of that were going around. Um, but yeah, I would use more color on mine. A lot more white on it. Use bookstore, how to use Old World rulebook. Dang, that's cool. Night Lords specified dark blue. Doesn't start to look good until I finish the trim. Yeah, yep, that's a trust the process, right? Night Lords are great because you can do their trim just about any metallic color and it looks really good. And it fits them thematically. So I like that a lot about Night Lords. Okay, let's do this here. You, and you. One little indent out here. Right there. Cool. That's our indent. Go right in there. We'll get these sides. I already know how these go. This is all I have to assemble for the Votann. So I have a little bit I'm going to do with a little bit of assembly with my Thousand Sons. Or we can do a little bit more. We'll just do assembly today, guys. I think is what we'll do. I have always have stuff I can assemble, so make it happen. Don't want to drop these little pieces. Okay. Ever use oil paint metallics? They mix really well with color, can look really nice. I bet they do. I don't use oils much, and I've never used an oil-based metallic. I do have the orange peel glue. I do. Yep. Limonene. It's good stuff. Printer going strong again. Oh, nice. Okay. Getting accessories for TCGs. That's cool. We do. Yeah, yeah. I was doing really good there before some of this 30K stuff came out, this new stuff. We'll glue these on first. I'm gonna be honest, I feel kind of lost when I don't have a pile of shame to work on. Almost done building my Age of Darkness starter box. Yeah, yep. That's a good goal. That's a huge box though. Like that is it's time consuming to paint all that stuff. And then you have extra things on top. That's how I did mine. I had a bunch of extra stuff going into. I had a Kratos, another Dread, and a Rhino that I painted alongside my Age of Darkness stuff, and it was a lot. Okay, it's got like little frog feet, is what it looks like. Look at the little adorable like froggy pads here. Okay, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. No? Okay. So we're on the next step, 34 and 9. That's 54. Here's 34. Okay. And piece number 9. Quad hovercraft, yeah. It sounds like the Jetsons flying car. Probably does. Yeah. I would not at all be surprised.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart.
Hey, Grumpy Crane, welcome in. He has to raid and run. That's no problem, Grumpy Crane. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. I hope your stream was great. June Gold Bloom and the Mechanic Games, welcome. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Just, there, we're putting some minis together today. That's what we're working on. How was, what was Grumpy Crane working on? There. You little guy. That I gave him a Nova. Oh, that's cool. Was it a mini you designed? Or what was the mini? Hype for the SPG supplement. Yeah, it's coming out. Supplement's coming out. Pre-order this weekend, right? It's a good day for specialist games. I have yet to play the new edition of the Doors. I was excited for it, and they took so long to get my army's rules out that I just stopped caring. I'll probably get back into it sometime. I'll play some of it, but... Paint some Stormcast as non-metallic metal gold practice. I feel like it's a good thing to practice non-metallic metals on. Guys and pass them out cons. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Oh, Beats little raccoon mushroom. That's really cool. That's really nice of you, too. That piece number 10, right? Yeah, 35 and 10. I haven't played in like 3 months. Not sure when I'll play again. Yeah. Hey, but you've been painting like crazy though. That's good. Getting your army painted. Yeah, we're just Siblings of Votann right now. I'll be done with this little Gillette Razor quad hovercraft thing. A little frog. It looks like a frog from the top. I'll be done with this, and then I have some other random things to assemble today. Magic deck is going to be super cheap at the end. Less than $200. That sounds expensive for cards. I have no perspective on it, but that does sound expensive. But also I know people that play Magic spend a lot of money on Magic, so... Oh yeah, go for thousands. Yeah. So I did play a game of Heresy this past weekend. I did it was just a 2,000 point game. It was kind of like a learning game. The person I was playing against, it was like, I think his second game, and he was just trying to get a grasp on the new rules and everything. So yeah, we played a game. I was against his Dark Angels, my Thousand Sons. And it was a lot of fun. I brought a bunch of new minis that I had painted, so a lot of them were just like tactical Marines that I've been painting. But I finished up that Centurion. I brought him. I brought my big turret, my Arachne turret. 637. Okay. So I had a big, just like stationary turret, and 37, 36. Okay, it was fun. Yeah, we played. He had a lot of he had a Land Raider and a Spartan carrying units, and I didn't have that much that could deal with armor 14 like that, so I just kind of ignored those. And that's how I played the game. I ended up winning because of objective play, getting them off the objectives and stuff. But it was close. We were definitely destroying each other, and had some good moments. That new turret that came in the Saturnine box did some serious work. It's an interesting thing because I feel like it's a like a really low threat, and it's like really cheap. And you're like, oh, okay, it does a little bit, and like, yeah, it puts out some firepower, but it doesn't really do much beyond that. And there are things that are a bigger threat. But it more than paid for itself. I'd say almost doubled its value. Just from like killing random things throughout the game. It killed some Terminators. It's surprisingly good at killing Terminators because it does 2 damage on its weapons. It throws 10 shots. Okay, 38 is our next piece. Yeah, the gun platform, yeah. In one turn, it killed 2 Terminators, and I think they were like 2... it doesn't matter what Terminators they are, but... those 2 Terminators paid for the gun itself, but it also destroyed a Rhino. So, a 60, 65 point Rhino. That's enough to, 1.5 double its cost, which is pretty wild. 6 over here. Number 45. Why don't you keep similar things in similar spots? I don't know. Is it on this sprue? Maybe. Here it is. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little piece. It's giant, so it's like hard to deploy when you have terrain in your deployment zone. But it gives out a little invuln save to things near it, which is cool. Build your Contemptor today. Forge World Conversion Beam is coming in the mail. Bringing up that... Yeah, Conversion Beam was really good. Yep. Yeah, Raven Guard are definitely like want to be a ranged faction because of their rule. Having to snap shoot at them at a distance. That's a pretty crazy rule. Within the week, I should see what my new Thousand Suns rules are that are coming in the next journal. So that'll be nice. Okay, let's get these pieces on here. How does this thing go on? Why would you make it like that? It's weird. Army of Death Guard, second hand. So if it's been painted, any recommendation has strip paint without hurting the model. Simple green is really good. It takes some time to work, but simple green it will not mess with the plastic. People swear by just regular isopropyl alcohol. But you don't want to soak your minis too long in that, because there is a chance of damaging the plastic if it soaks too long. But yeah, a soft bristle toothbrush, water to clean them in warm water. So check out their models. They're selling GW stuff for GW prices. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's honestly, I think it's more common than not than for LGSs to sell at like just retail prices. Sells over discounts. Eon's Battles discount code on top of that. Oh, cool. That's cool. All right. You know, and I'm a fan of supporting your local store, you know, when you can, but I also understand, like, it's an expensive hobby. And I know what it's like to hunt for discounts and everything, so I get it. Put in right there. What's next? We got a little machine gun on the bottom. One of the 4 LGS gives them a discount in my area. I think all but 1 in my area give a discount, maybe 2 in my area, but I also have, we have like 8 maybe LGSs within a somewhat reasonable drive. You know, I don't know what you consider a reasonable drive, but ordered some cards from the card LGS, waiting for them to pick up my order. Okay, nice. Not painting green Nurglings. Right, yeah, you're just gonna paint more green. That's cool though. I'd prefer to pay full price on LGS than a Games Workshop. That's true. Yeah, if I only had full price to pay, LGS hands down over straight from G-Dubs. They are not franchises, but they are run by single employees. So I don't think Games Workshop stores make money, Cultured American. They are there as a marketing tool. So they run them with just one manager, and that's it. Like the guy closes the store to take his lunch break. You know, he works 5 or 6 days a week, and they're closed through one of the days. Like they do that whole thing. Our entire new army from GW directly included the coast a month before 10th. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah. What's up, Blue? How you doing? Yeah, GW stores used to have many employees. I remember my first experience going to one that was a single employee store, and I remember when it closed for lunch, I thought it was the weirdest thing. They're like, yeah, you can't be in here. Well, I'm closed for lunch. And we were in the middle of a game. I was like, alright, I guess we'll just pack up and leave. Like, that was so weird. Anything to avoid setting foot inside a GW store? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and we're really fortunate to have a lot of good local stores around me, so I never have to set foot inside a GW if I don't want to. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. You sick or what? Or just work being crazy? Okay, we have the crew to assemble. Alright, so let's start putting together the this dude. Alright, 39 and 40. Yeah, I have to see Avelios every once in a while, so maybe I could just go to GW. I'm just kidding, dude. How you doing this morning? Did you read more of the Dark Eldar? I know you care about Dark Eldar stuff, Avelios. Did you? Just comes in with the steel chair. Sure. That's fair. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I get it. Yeah, I was very fortunate I got to spend time with my mother-in-law yesterday. It was amazing. Just kidding. Love is a mix with a bit of hate is it really love. That's fair. That is fair. All right, we're doing 41, 42. It is afternoon, isn't it? Dang. There's 41. The motorcycle handlebars here. No, the Dark Eldar stuff is terrible, dude. It's so bad. They took out all their rules and just replaced them. We're like, hey, if you want to use your rule, use a pain token instead. Fortunate. Yeah. Fortunate. It is crazy that there is probably less than a dozen. I think there's like less than 10 Finecast units in 40k at this point. Yeah, Lady Malice is good, but I think she's good because she replaces the Archons, right? Because she has that Vect ability that the Archons used to have, and then she has like a redeployment thing, but I mean otherwise she's just her melee weapon has Hazardous, because you know it's like a demon weapon or whatever, but like that kind of sucks. I wish tokens would be in the bin. Yeah, yep, I agree. Like 1,000 cents Cabal pints, and no, they're way different cultured American, and they're harder to get. So Dark Eldar have had the pain tokens. That's been a thing for them. It's just now, in order to get your unit's ability that they used to just come with, you have to spend the point to get it. So they did give units an ability aside from that, but the abilities are like things that they used to get anyway. I think we're gonna make a robot drive this. Yeah, losing units and most of the units in the roster you have to pay the pain tokens to use. You know, I know Heresy does have like reactions and it has different things like that you know, people either like or don't like, but I will say there's something really refreshing about playing a tabletop game and not having rerolls in the game. You just roll the dice and what happens. It's kind of a weird feeling, but it's nice. Yeah, Raiders got a huge buff in 6 different abilities, right? Is it 6 abilities that they have at this point? Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole idea. Like Raiders and Reaver jet bikes, both really good now. What that means in the context of the rest of the army, I don't know. But it's just crazy that like the way they made Raiders good, they just gave them a bunch of abilities that they use. Yeah, one branches into 4. Yep. Plus they have the separate ability, plus they have the pain token ability, right? Yeah, it's wild. It's on Thrice Devoured and Strategist. I grabbed the Kill Team box. I saw that. That's really cool. I have these minis about assembled. When I finish with this, I'm just gonna keep assembling minis today. What's going on, Greenleaf? How you doing? No sandwich for you. Go ask your mother, yeah. Okay. Goes on just like that. And that is the basics of this vehicle. Oh yeah, just a massive box. Alright, so we are doing the carrier. The Capricus. I'm calling it the Capricus. We're doing the Capricus carrier. Okay. So 47.62. First pieces. Yeah, this is the new Votan transport. And yes, it is commission. Work on some commission stuff. We'll go back to the Thousand Suns. A short break. These are pretty much a palette cleanser at this point. Just a couple characters. I have some more stuff to paint, but it hasn't come into my store yet. Apparently, Broke Your Ironkin just love being sold out, so I don't know what that's all about, but like if they're really good or something now. I have another 6 of those to paint. I figured I'd just go ahead and start on these now and get these done, and then it won't be such a slog of assembly line painting. Okay, you go there, just like that. Any credit? Carried it all the way. Blocked the car, nice. Making your kid, yeah, put him to work. I did that with my son when I bought that Heresy box. It's like, hey, you want to carry the box? Yeah, here you go. Okay. Should fit right in there. Pokemon. Oh yeah, okay, that's true. How did that go? How did the Pokemon TCG thing go? There we go. All right. It's not sitting down into here. There we go. All right. Just need the old spudger. Picture new LGS? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Old LGS does text too. She'll spill Dex tomorrow. That's awesome. 3L0 wins had a blast. Hey, that's what matters. Your life is going to be spent buying Pokemon cards now. Hope you're happy. Let's talk about Space Marines eating even better today. Yeah, the captain looks cool. Yeah, Space Marines getting their Smash captain back. While my poor Dark Eldar cry in a corner and continue to lose units every edition. Yep. Hashtag not at all bitter or upset. There it is. Okay, a little tiny piece here. Now, the Victrix Guard, especially from the Ultramarines, are pretty amazing looking. So, get a captain on a bike with Storm Shield and Thunderhammer. Yeah, Mr. I play for theme. I know what you were doing with that. Oh no, sorry, that's Estrella. I thought that was Avelios. Man, I'm just calling Avelios out. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's like a total meta choice. Avelis is like super narrative player. I don't know if he was ever really competitive with the game, but man, just getting on him there. Yeah, I really like the Victrix Guard minis though. Those are cool. We're terrible. You wanted to win for once. Yeah, that's fair. No, that doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me that much. All right. 64 and 65. We all do it. It's all right. You're getting called out. Yeah. You didn't even do anything. You're just like sitting there peacefully, just attacking you. There's 65. So in my 3.0 Heresy games, I've almost felt bad with my tactical squads because I'll field 3 tactical squads and they all have the exact same armaments. And I don't usually like to spam things. I feel like there's anything you can spam. It's, stuff like tactical squads. But I feel like I'm spamming things. But in reality, all of them have a prime benefit. So I have to remember a separate rule for their prime benefit. And they all have a Prospering Arcana. So they all have a magic discipline. So I would have to remember that. So I've just decided I'm just going to equip them all the exact same. And because I can't keep all those rules separate. That's when at LGS didn't realize all Space Marines weren't blue. Wow. That's something. This guy in his bomber jacket. Need a head, and then 66 and 67 for the arms. It's like a Rebel Alliance head there. That's pretty cool. I want a goggles head. I want the hats. It's gonna be this lady. Battle for Macragge, Calgar versus Swarmlord. Oh yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah. The Victrix Guard and the Calgar mini are nearly 1-for-1 with the 4th edition or 5th edition, whatever it was. set, the metal set. It's pretty great. Even the banner's the same. It's just like higher detail. This 68, and then we'll get 67. 67. What am I finishing on stream tonight? The Hellblasters. Yeah, absolutely. Not just that the Desolators look terrible or an awful idea and should have never been made, but also like Hellblasters are really cool. So we're gonna get you to finish that army, Blue. I like how these arms have the nice big pegs on them, so they're easy to put together, easy to position. Yeah, he just stands right up there. Sweet. We're gonna do it. All right, we got that. Let's get these two saddlebag pieces, 72, 73, then 74, 75. Okay. $74. We got 73 right here. Not far off from finishing. That's awesome. Yeah. Then I say jump into the Kroot. But that's just me. I'm not here to determine your whole hobby journey here. But I think I might be missing a piece on the front there. We'll get that all. We'll go back and check because I think that might be piece 52. Blade needs replaced also. We'll do that before our next mini. Someone put the new announced minis from yesterday onto a mini compare. And the banner, the Macragge banner that's in that Victrix set is like twice as big as any of the other banners they have. Right, Blue, right. So I'm just going to tell you, paint this next. Yeah. If you want someone to tell you what to do, I guess I'll be that guy. I am that guy. wants? The heart wants everything, exactly. Yeah. Me with the fell blade. It deserves to be on the biggest banner. Yeah. That's great. There we go, Velios. I have my Ultramarines army. You have your Tyranids. We just recreate the battle for Macragge. Azrael's banner needs to be finished. That or the Hellblast. Oh, those are both cool. I'll hop down for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The only thing is all of my Ultramarines are... they're all Primaris stuff. So it's not like I have like old Ultramarines to do this with. Okay. So here's how these go on. This piece, does it straddle that? No. Oh, okay. Oh wow, it actually sits right in there. All right. Just like that. Okay. No sandwich and kept building. You're not my dad. I'm sorry to tell you, Greenleaf, but you are right. Where Tyranids try to destroy, the one the Black Legion tried to destroy, the one where the Death Guard tried to destroy. Yeah, the one where I'm sure the Word Bearers were there at one point. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, so real quick. No, I don't want that one. We need... Okay, so it was... I missed the 43 from the instructions right there on that guy. Okay. I knew it was piece 43. No, I said 52. It wasn't even 52. 52 was a different computer. Okay. There we go. And that's the adorable little go-kart frog Gillette Razor Jetsons hovercraft pickup truck El Camino Toyota Hilux Capricus Carrier. El Camino, yeah. I think that's reserved for the Space Marine Impulsor, though. For some reason, this thing gets a base. Subaru Baja, yeah. I like the Toyota Hilux. And, I mean, like... We're gonna do more. More. Gotta code it if it doesn't. But I mean, like, look at the top profile of that and tell me that doesn't look like a little frog. Look, it's got like eyeballs on the front of it. It's a little frog. This thing was designed after frogs. Okay. Let's set that down. We got K truck. Does it have firing deck? I have no idea. Its rules are back here, but it doesn't say. It just has one weapon is twin link. They don't even tell you the name of the weapon. Those are strength 7 though. What in the world? All right, guys. I will be back in a moment. Just a couple moments, and we're gonna assemble something else. So, be right back, guys. All right. What's up? We're back. So, here's what we're gonna do. I have some 3D printed shields. I 3D printed these yesterday, actually, with some other stuff. But I got some shields here. I need to clip off their supports, and they're going on breachers. So I originally assembled these minis, and I had arms on them, and everything was together. And then the creator released more better, more modern arms. So I'm gonna clip these shoulder pads off. I ran out of shoulder pads, was the whole thing of those shoulder pads. So I had to print some more. So I just have to be careful. These things do these supports are so heavy, these pre-supports, and I could make my own supports for them, and that's no problem. But you know what? That would take me at least an extra 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes to do that. Maybe less. And I don't know if I want to do that. We're going to carefully clip these off. Work community painted fell blades. Yeah, we were talking about those a few minutes ago. There's some really good. The mini looks great. It looks so good. The Thousand Suns one didn't impress me too much, but I think there's the balancing color isn't there on the Thousand Suns version. Let's see if this is better. Is that better? Yeah, that worked. But no, they look great. Like I said, I can't wait to get my hands on one and paint it up. That's another one. I don't care if it's good in the game. I'm gonna field it when I can, and it's gonna be cool. Put these sprues up. Is he just second favorite Legion? Yeah, pretty much. I need to do real quick, guys. Love the idea. Yeah, the glaive looks really cool. I would want a let's see, the glaive is the glaive the one with the Volkite? Is that the glaive? Because I want the laser destroyer one, because you know, giant tank with Titan killing weapons sounds great. But I'll settle for the Fellblade for now, and we'll see what they do with the. I can't remember what the other one's called. Yeah, the massive Volkite's cool though. I really liked the Ultramarines paint scheme. I like what he did. He said he used like Azurman blue contrast that he airbrushed on over the silvers, and I think it worked really well for like Heresy Ultramarines. So impressive. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, I got 10 of them. I got 10 shoulder pads here. I printed 15 just in case. So if something goes wrong with some of these, then we can go get a few more. There's a chemical weapon variant called a Wolf Blade. That would be sweet to see. Aslan in first edition Heresy, the Malkador Infernus tank, you know, the Solar Auxilia flamethrower tank that I love so dearly, it had a chemical weapon variant. It was a Phosphex like poison gas spewer. And I never played first edition, but I looked at its rules, and yeah, it was stupid. Yeah, like scary, just absolutely busted. Cause could you just throw this giant Hellstorm template and just kill whatever you want, like under the template? The Akron Knight? Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. The AP3, I guess AP3 is a lot better than third now. In second edition, AP3 was like almost worthless because of the possibility of people bringing stuff like Artificer armor on sergeants. But that's not a thing anymore. Baneblades would be out and announced by now. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Velios. Maybe the next. I think we're about due for a GW announcement stream or some big announcements, to be honest. And I think Heresy are a part of that. And I think we're also due for a Solar Ox and a Mechanicum wave. But then we also have Custodes that are apparently coming out soon, so that's a thing. Maybe they're just not going to do big streams for. Wait, doesn't October? There's quite a few big events in October, so maybe there's going to be some big announcement streams in October. Mark IV refresh, yeah. Mark IV is definitely next. I'm looking forward to Mark IV is my favorite. You know, I've been looking forward to revamp Mark IV, but also Mark V. I like Mark V a lot. Really do think if we get any Heresy news, it'll be Custodian announcement and a teaser for Dark Mech. Yeah. And a couple teasers. I think, I don't know, the next things might be all the stuff they teased before. So Cataphracti Terminators, Custodes, and Mechanicum Infantry, whatever those infantry are, little Skitarii looking dudes. Yeah, there's new Mark IV designs. Also the art prints in the book, right? So we'll actually get announced with the Nova stream. Oh, the November stream. Okay. That's probably a good shout out for like an early January release kind of thing. And honestly, if that means Avelios like one wave for Solar Ox a year, like that's pretty solid. I don't know, like, you know, you're obviously not getting as much attention as Marines, but a wave a year is enough time to collect and paint and, you know, do the things you need to do. So I think the Christmas boxes are going to be like a weekly announcement. I don't think those are going to be in a stream. I mean, granted, we did just get Dark Eldar Codex announced with their new minis. And we got 4 new Space Marine minis. So it's like it's not like they're totally without things to release, right? There we go. Let's get you guys with your shoulder pads. I do want to say real quick, a big thank you for you guys for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. It is awesome to have people to hang out with and to chat with and all this stuff through the week while I do what I do. So much appreciated, guys. Thank you. And also thank you, especially, I have to say, to the Patreon members. You know, you guys help fund what I do and fund our giveaways every month, so stream wouldn't be nearly as fun without you guys supporting me a little extra. Even if just $1 a month, I seriously appreciate it. I don't need to wave this year, I just want the rest of my core, like Aurochs and Ogryn. Yeah. Right. Yeah, Ogryn. Yeah. Let's see, end of this month, maybe this week, maybe next week, we should get Inductii, so Space Marine Inductii rules. right? And then next month is... What is next month? It's not. It's Black Shields. Black Shields and Shattered Legions. And then it's Zone Mortalis. So we still have a bit of a wait for Zone Mortalis. Marines AdMech box, a Knight, Emperor's Children, Craft World, Votann box. Valrak has talked about the holiday boxes. Hey, Rage, what's going on? What was the frog tank? Hold on a second. I'll pull it up. I'll show you. It's the Votann. You called it the Gillette electric razor, but I'm starting to think it looks more like a frog. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next supplement having more narrative missions, more attack defend like asymmetrical missions. I'm looking forward to that. Tomb World didn't have one. Yeah, what did Valrak say? I know the one he was talking about the most for a holiday set was Tau. So Tau are getting a holiday set, and it's Farsight themed. So this is the frog tank. Look at it. Little stubby frog legs. And it's little, like, look at its face. Weird mutant eyes. Yeah. It's a frog. It also looks a little bit like a Volkswagen Beetle. Like convertible. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with this Votann aesthetic. Yeah, Tower getting one. Space Marines, I think Chaos, and I can't remember who else. Yeah, he did mention 4. Yeah, he said there were going to be 4 of them. Okay, these shields are done. So this is the tactical symbol I went with these shields. It's like 2 triangles facing away from each other. It's different from just like the upward arrow. And to me, like, I think that symbolizes like a support role more for the breachers. But I have 15 of these. 5 of them are primed and ready to paint. So I'll get to those eventually. But we're getting... Just had to get those shields since I printed those. So let's put these guys back where they belong. 6 Crisis, a Broadside, and Fire Wars. Yeah, it was a Riptide, a Broadside, Farsight, and Crisis suits. And he said a Crisis suit team, and I don't know if that means 3 or 6 of them. 6 of them would make sense, but that is what he said. So there was no infantry in there. I was playing Dawn of War last week with Raja and Crucial Blue and G-Sides, and I played a game as Tal. I was like, man, these broadsides are way too cool. 6 is the only way I want that box. Yeah, it's true. That's true. All right, we'll put these together here. The Ophion configuration, these weapons, the Inversion Beamer, and the Graviton something Pulverizer. And then these are the heavy particle shredders. So that's what we're going to put together. Just one sprue. All right, let's get it started. We're going to magnetize on this mini as well. So I might need to go grab my dude here. We're here. Hold on a second. Okay. I think. Yeah, alright. So these are 2 different arms. These don't go together. They're 2 different arms. Alright, so 1 and 2. No, that's 1 and 2. Don't tell me they only gave me... No. No. We're good. Maybe. There's like a motorcycle just like sitting right outside my house or something. It's so weird. Big Papa, what's going on, man? These are fun games, yeah. You know who deletes Celestine real quick? Tau. Painting family is doing well, Big Pop. Hope you're doing well. I played a game of Heroes of Might and Magic with my wife the other evening. It's like Saturday evening or something. Like, yeah, let's play some Heroes. Like, let's hang out and play some video games. So we started a game of Heroes against each other, and the entire game was like out to get her. It was it was really funny, honestly. She didn't think it was so funny, but yeah, she had this start. She started like the subterranean realm, and it's like, oh, cool, yeah, you're like really safe. And we found she only had like one entrance to get in toward her city, and we're like, well, that's awesome. Like, you have this like really nice safe location. Well, turns out she had almost nothing in her area, and she was trapped in there for like the first 2 full weeks. So she had to sit and wait, and like her like whole economy suffered and everything, and she was like really far behind by the time she was able to get out. And then she got out and she found there were like 3 tunnels like leading right to the entrance of her like little area. And immediately after she discovered that, like, AI just started attacking her, and she just lost. Like, there was nothing she could do. It was crazy. And I was just like, you know, exploring on my merry way, all up in the surface realm, having no problems building up a giant army. Yeah, it was rough. I can't find piece number. Oh, there's piece number 3. Okay, my thumb was blocking it, I think. I wasn't even playing Necropolis either. I told her I wouldn't play Necropolis. I didn't. I was playing Castle. That was probably my first good game as Castle I've ever had. That is different. Yep, that's the way. Okay. That does feel bad, yeah. She's really good at that game too. It's just the random map just screwed her over, and then the AI just like came right for her. It was okay. That piece. All right. So let's get out to piece number 4. That is you. And piece 5. I saw 5 earlier. Yeah, there it is. There it is. What leaked? So the whole Dark Eldar Codex leaked on like Friday. And then there are a bunch of new Ultramarine minis that were announced, though they leaked, and then they were announced on yesterday, on Sunday. Yeah, what else? Then the 40k data slate leaked also, which was a whole thing. But no, I'm disappointed with the Dark Eldar Codex, and have zero desire to get back into 40k right now. So yeah, the data slate, I think they accidentally uploaded it to let's try sure this is the proper orientation. I think it accidentally got put on the app, like it updated on the app or something, and so then they had to put it out. Okay, all of that for that little piece. Okay, that piece sits right in there. Yeah. Yeah, they just can't keep things a secret, can they? Okay, piece number 6. There, yeah, that looks about right. Maybe these weapons will make the Saturnine Dreadnought good. I do kind of like how the starter set units aren't great. As bad as that is, and the Heresy stuff, the Saturnine Terminators I don't think are very good, and the Dreadnought I don't think is very good either. I think that's funny. I guess that kind of happens though with starter set stuff, right? I think everybody's all ready to call the units overpowered, and GW just trying to, you know, somehow that makes the game like 40k. I don't know. I don't know how people would justify whatever phrases they were using, but yeah, they're not great. The 2.0 starter set was solid, yeah. And I don't think that aside from like the Dreadnought, there was nothing in there that was like, man, this unit's broken. But what that set had was everything you needed to start the game, with a reasonable army that could stand up to like most things. So like, yeah, that's I still think that's probably the best starter set they've ever made for a game, just from like the clear, like, concise purpose of its creation, like what it's there for. It's just perfect at what it did. Okay. Next page, we need piece number 8. It's nice these numbers are going in order. Is that number 8? Yeah, it's number 8 right there. Things I don't like. Come without a reason they can't justify. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, people will dump on things they don't like. Just like that. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just all the pieces all at once. Over there. It's 11. Will go right there. 12. right here. Someone in a local Discord put up a poll for Heresy asking if people would participate in a second edition tournament or if they're sticking with third edition. And I ended up leaving the Discord for that store where that group is a part. And I was like, I'm just gonna, like, I just put I'm only gonna play in third because I know they've all been like whining nonstop for the past like 2 months. And I was like, I don't want to go to a second edition tournament and just like deal with all these whiners, or go to a third edition tournament and deal with all the whiners either. So you get a second set of tokens. Yeah, the tokens are really useful. I need to paint mine. That's something I gotta do. They're just sitting in my bag. Person was crashing on Discord we both use. I'm not surprised to hear Discord was all that way. Yeah. Just people feeding off of each other, right? Gets way too annoying. Alright, let's figure out how these things go on here. This little piece. Go on like that. I don't know if it does go on like that. Does it go on this way? Oh, okay, it fits in like that. All right, we got it. With the cheater turned EST word. Hold on. I'm trying to think of that specific instance. The cheater turned. It may have been the same Discord. Why can't I remember that specific instance? I like to remember a good cheater store, and I can't remember that specific one. Well, in the hobby along a few weeks ago, we're just allowing a ridiculous back and forth. Oh no 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 no! This is a different Discord. No no, I don't know if Avelio saw that one, but no, that was the one where the guy was accusing the other guy of being a scammer, but also cheating at Warhammer, and then it just devolved into a no you cheat kind of thing, and they stopped caring about the scamming in a buy sell trade Facebook or not Facebook Discord group. It was wild. Because like you're just mad at me because you couldn't win. The guy's like, "Nuh-uh, you cheated." Yeah, that one, man, that was an experience. Okay, all right. Little guns coming together. Let's do. It was one for the ages. Yeah, yeah. I just want to report that so and so is a cheater, and also he scammed people. But mainly he's a cheater. So people should know he's a cheater. You didn't see that one? Oh, you missed out. You missed out, Avelios. I feel sorry for you. It was up for a good like 8 hours too. Like it was a whole thing. It was in a store Discord, in a buy sell trade Discord. A guy popped in and he was just like, "Hey, this person is selling stuff, and he cheats. He cheats at Warhammer, but also he's scamming people and not sending people stuff." And he's like, "And I have proof of it." And someone else is like, "Yeah, I bought something and haven't got it yet." And then the mods are like, "Hey, send us evidence of the cheating and we'll deal with it." And then he's like, "Yeah, and he cheats at Warhammer though. Like, you guys should know he cheats. And he cheated in tournaments and he's banned from a store from participating in tournaments of the store." And the guy responds, he's like, I don't cheat in games. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Also, you cheat in games and you're also mad that you lost." And the guy's like, "Nuh-uh, you cheat. You were banned at this store." And the guy's like, "I called the store and I'm not banned." And yeah, it's just, yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, and also he stole minis from this store." And and we're like, what's going on? Yeah. It was in a buy sell trade group, and they just keep going back and forth. And what was the there was a really cringe exchange where the one guy's like, "No, you cheated." And then the guy's like, "Oh, I see, the accused becomes the accuser now. You have nothing else to say for yourself." And yeah, as far as I know, the accused party was not banned from the Discord, and I think the accuser was actually banned from the Discord. Yeah. So the accused name, the accuser's name also was Spicy Wiener. You might know who that is, Avelios. I don't know who it is, but the fact his name was Spicy Wiener and he was like getting super serious about everything and all that, and it was just like, okay. I know that guy's on quite a few local Discords, so yeah, it took until like midnight, 1 a.m. or something before the we were reading it live in our Patreon hangout as it was happening at like 9 o'clock at night, 9 to like 11 o'clock. We were reading the replies, and it was like 1 a.m. before the mods were like, "Hey, sorry, I was busy. I deleted the comments and dealt with it." He just left it up there for hours, hours and hours. Almost done with this weapon. We on like the almost on the final stages here. 2 more steps, and I think this one weapon's done. We'll get the others. Looks like a little spaceship. Not someone I've interacted. Okay, you did, yeah. I screenshotted a couple things. Zendro got in there and was just like, wow, that's crazy. Like in the middle of the whole thing. But otherwise, I don't think I screenshot the rest of it. I should have. I didn't think it would turn into like such a saga. So I didn't think to save it. It was also kind of suspicious too, like the guy that was selling things that was accused of cheating and scamming people and stealing stuff from a local store and being banned from tournaments. He would constantly post things for sale, and he kept saying like, yeah, you know, my wife had surgery and then she had a car accident, and now she has ongoing medical bills, and we need this, and like, you know, I don't want to like accuse anyone of making things up, but the story just seemed like it just got more ridiculous as he would post. Oh, and he had a heart attack while she had surgery, which is, you know, if he's telling the truth, that's super unfortunate. And like then on top of that, being accused of everything. But yeah, it was so funny when he he posted that though. Just that spot. Okay. Got the lunar rover or lunar lander here that we're assembling. That's what the thing. That's wild. Look at that. A crazy weapon. Might be more to it. Hold on. We'll check here in a second. I do love some Discord drama when it's not involving me. Okay, yeah, that's it. This is the inversion beamer. Not conversion beamer, that's completely different. Completely different. But this is the inversion beamer. Well done. Let's get the graviton pulverizer. Sure, I enjoyed Discord tranquility. That's fair. Yeah, like I said, when it's drama in my own channel or that involves me, it's not fun. So if I have to deal with it, it's not fun. If it's someone else's problem. To 20 and 21. There's 20. like a gnat flying around in here. What are you doing, gnat? Get out of here. Nobody wants you. Okay. These pieces on here. Let's see, that goes there. That goes that way. That sits right there. $22 and $23. It's 23. Oh, that's 22. Okay. I have so many like miscellaneous magnetized weapons to assemble or assembled and ready to paint. Maybe that's the next thing I do when I finish all these units from my Saturnine set. Okay. 23, I believe, goes right there. Yeah, yep. Can you paint the tokens? Oh, I don't know yet. I don't know. I think the way to paint them. Some of this I learned. Someone was telling me what they did. You color code them, so at a glance you can tell what's what. But I think a dark background with a very light, like letters or covering or whatever. I think that's the way to go. But do like, like Panic will be green and Suppressed will be red, or, something like that. Shocked will be yellow, one of them's white. Just so you can like just look at the things at a glance and have an idea what they are across the table, and you don't have to worry about like interpreting what the symbols say. Yeah, you do have bags of magnetized guns, don't you? I do feel like, Avelios, this edition, those magnetized guns will come in really handy, because different weapons are actually like really good on your Leman Russ tanks. Yeah, Panic definitely should be red. Yeah. I agree with that anyway. It just seems like the most serious one. So, man, I played this Dark Angel player this past weekend, and he had a tactical squad with a Centurion in it, and I hit him with it was a psychic weapon. It was my minor arcana. I caused him when he passed the save, but he still had to take the check. He'd take a panic check at -1, and he failed it with like an 11, and they ran toward the board. And then he went to rally the next turn, and they failed again. And they sat against the edge of the board before they finally passed. Like, they were one step away from just running off the board. Like, tactical squads with the Centurion. Swap tanks and sentinel weapons a lot already. Nice. So, Nuncio Voxes are very important. For that reason, you don't run before you roll. You check. start of the turn before you start running away. All right, next is 26 and 27. 6. Just lucky. Yeah, you do have the auto rally banner, which is really good. And you're like Leggett Marshall, you always want to keep kind of in the back lines anyway, so like that just works out really well. Hey, something random I learned, Velios, about Solar Auxilia, and I don't know if you knew this already, but I didn't realize this. The line officer rule is that it gives the extra is it the line? Yeah, it's the line officer rule. It gives an extra like line value to a Tercio mini, right? Yeah. So anything with the Tercio rule, how does it work? There's some way this mechanic works. I can't remember it now. We were talking about it before, but anyway, it gives line to things with like Tercio. I think it might just be infantry squads, but I think it benefits other units. There are other things they give Tercio to, or they give rules to, and then your detachment, that infantry detachment, that basic one that you get off the line officer, is it gives everything in the detachment Tercio. So you can give like the walkers and stuff Tercio, and I can't remember how exactly that rule interacts with other things because my brain's apparently melted, but there's an interaction I didn't think was possible before, but it is possible because you get that the Tercio rule. All right, then we need 28. There's 28. Still, this is the instructions for like these next couple steps are pretty crazy. Praetors are good Mord Bears? Yeah. No, Praetors are good. I don't know how good specific named characters are. I don't play with named characters often. I did try Ahriman once with my Thousand Sons, and he was a monster. He was an absolute monster. Yeah, so it gives it to the stuff in the Auxilia detachment. But then I think there's another way that interacts with each other. I can't remember, but it makes those Scout Sentinels really good in that Tercio, because they get that. Yeah, I've been doing just fine with regular Praetors, and with the demon rules out and stuff, you can get I know Word Bearers can get Praetors and can make them like basically esoteric. They can get the Diabolism discipline, which is really cool. So you can summon demons on the battlefield. If I'm not mistaken, that was pretty cheap. Yeah, maybe it was some other interaction with the Tercio rule. Okay, so this next instruction, look at this, guys. Look at that instruction. This is what I have assembled right here, and this is the rest of it. So let's do this. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. All right. 34 will go here. We're going to orientate this just how they do it here. 3, let's get you next. Three, 34. 35. 36. There it is, 37. Which I realize I shouldn't have done any of this yet because I still have 2 more pieces I need to cut out and glue. Not right now. I need 31 and 30.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Kentuck, 1987, welcome in. How are you doing today? Breaching wound, when you can't normally wound a model due to strength of it a few times, can't decide what it means. I think it has to still be able to wound. It's not like old rending. Good. Are you in the hobby? Are you do you paint minis? Do you play any tabletop games like Warhammer or anything, or that kind of stuff? What you got going on? Crazy cabling there. Assembling some dreadnought weapons here. Do these one at a time. It's going to go right there. Ears facing forward. Playing Rage 2 and started building a model car for almost 28 years. Oh, wow. Okay. Kentucky, you're going to fit in just fine because you are in a geriatric Twitch over here, so. Legit, though. What kind of car are you building? I don't know a lot about cars, and I've never built a model car, but that's really cool. And I feel like model car skills are like, some of these people that paint like actual scale models, like their skills are so far beyond mine, like just on a whole other planet. It's like this goes that. Okay. It's like that. And what's Rage 2? I'm not familiar. Is that a video game or is that like a tabletop game? I've not heard of Rage 2. I could just be out of the loop. That is kind of what I am all the time, so. A normal weekly occurrence here is that the group starts arguing about who's oldest in chat at the time. So, back when Walmart used to sell them in the toy section right beside model rockets. You're 10 years old in the 1990s. All right, all right. That's crazy, though. Back when Walmart used to have aquariums. You guys remember that? Where you could go to Walmart and buy fish. Okay, we got 4. Oh, by Bethesda. Oh, cool. All right. Man, I don't remember Rage on 360. I did. Let's see. I never owned a 360, so I had an Xbox and a PS2. Me and my brothers. But by the time 360 was around, I was way more into PC gaming, and never did get into 360. My roommate in college had a 360, and I would play like Fallout 3 on his Xbox, or he has 360 all the time. But that was about it, because I didn't have my desktop with me. I was in a dorm. Ark survivor in a wasteland, and you're trying to go after the authority. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's like survival kind of adventure kind of game. That pretty wild how it goes together. What are you asking? What'd you go to school for? I went to school for secondary education. A specialty in history and language arts. See what good that did me, right? I'm here on YouTube and Twitch painting minis in the middle of the day. Old school comic books at Walmart? I don't remember comic books at Walmart, but maybe I wasn't into comic books at the time. I just wasn't paying attention. I do have a militia army. And I did have a guard army back when I was playing 40K originally. So I am the meme. But yeah, my militia. I have solar auxiliary and I have militia, which are my like normal human kind of force. The better guard, yeah. I liked you for a reason. You have a master's in history? Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Don't use it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I love history. I've always loved learning history, and like my high school senior year, I had to take a minimum amount of classes. It was like 5 classes out of the 8 periods or whatever I had to take, and so I filled them with history class. So I did 4 history classes a day, just like throwing whatever I could at the wall to like fill up the time. But I loved it. Okay, we got that. That was my senior year of high school. I would leave 2.5 hours early. It's great. Master of Public History here. Dang, all right. We do have the old heads here, don't we? Just a bunch of history majors. That's so funny. Your husband's a history major too? Dunder Snuff? History was your second. Man, I loved I love learning about history all the time anyway. Like, it's always been. I also grew up in an era where like the History Channel was just World War II documentaries day in day out. Like, that's all it was. So I would watch that stuff all the time. Okay, 42, 43. History buff, bio major. Oh, okay, okay, nice. Computer science, yeah. You made a smarter choice than me. I don't know. Seems like computer science is major struggling a little bit with the job market right now, though. History Channel Suburban Dad Phase, History Phase, yeah, it's great. Good stuff. Peak History Channel. I really do love learning about like all aspects of history. There you go, bachelor's in crime justice. Yeah, your cop school you went to, dude. It's so great. It's straight trash at the moment. Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, and you want to your CS degree is basically a business degree. Yeah, exactly. Just like generic college degree, right? My school was a small school, and if you wanted to major in secondary education, it was either like math or history and language arts. And I feel like people that know me in person know that I hate to write. I can't like like I'm so bad at like being creative with my writing and everything, and like I always hate it. Language arts was like my worst subject in high school and middle school and all that, and like absolutely hated it. But yeah, I have a no I cannot, no. Let's see, we got 44. I don't even know enough, like, I don't have enough, like, writing skills to even be dangerous. It's just, like, enough writing skills for, like, someone to shake their head at me. Like, that's about it. Rage 2 is a first-person shooter, an open-world setting. Game combines fast-paced, run-and-gun combat, vehicular exploration, and nanotech abilities. Okay, that sounds cool. Sounds like an interesting game. Conversion beam kit came in. Model looks legit, but the packaging was fake. Oh, that's too bad. What was the conversion beam kit for? Specifically, Estrella? Was that for the Contemptors or what? No, my armies, the custom fluff for my armies are that it's Thousand Suns. So I can't. Good writers that I know here, Zendral and Avelios are both incredible writers, and they'll write like really good like write-ups and stories for things. But no, not me. Oh, the Contemptor. Okay, sweet. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I do have that set. I have one of those sets of the Dreadnought weapons. They're assembled, but I haven't painted them yet. But it is magnetized. Well, I didn't know Zen was like a writer. Like, the dude will legit just like come up with like crazy, like well written like excerpts. Is that what you call them? About like when we were doing that league. And he wrote something. I didn't realize he actually wrote it. I was like, man, did you just do like, do you have like an AI to write this or something? Like this is really well done. It just seems like he came up with this real quick. And he's like, no. He's like, why would you think an AI wrote this? I didn't know you were a writer. I had no idea. I put the extra skill points in the painting. Yeah. It's a mathematician who now writes for work. It's definitely a learned skill. What is wrong with all of us? We're just like, nobody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. That's hilarious. Sounderson Boone. Welcome in, by the way. Just like flip the skid. I can't imagine a mathematician being like, is it like technical writing? Is that what you're doing, or what?
Let me take just a moment
and
to
thank you for the follow. I appreciate
back
that.
into your home.
Almost done here. Gotta run to the transfer station. Alright. No problem, dude. Might be gone by the time you're back. Another Just like gnats happening. Is that a thing right now? Gnats? You messed up on the motor. It's science writing. Yeah. Okay. I know someone that did like publishing for like medical journals and stuff, and he was like an editor for that. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Big Papa. Yeah, you were doing great, man. I'll be on tomorrow too, so if you want to join. You're power washing, yeah. Sense an Incan temple. That's crazy. Paint the parts before you glue them. I glued half the motor together before I riz. Oh, that sucks, Kentuck. Oh, that's too bad. You find a workaround. It'll be alright. That's a rough lesson, though. See, when I play... when I do hobbies for like, gaming and stuff, it's not like models and everything like that, but like scale models, but... I hate doing sub-assemblies. I very rarely paint in sub-assemblies, like before I assemble the Mini. So, when I have to, I'm always like, oh, this is the worst. You love writing, but you're not good at it? Yeah. You'd 100% it. Okay. Good old power washing simulator. Yeah, I mean, that was like a fad that was going around for a while too with Warhammer stuff. Was just painting the minis on the sprue and just leaving it at that. The DM, I've been the oil pan, the valve covers, where I realized it was not completely put together. Oh, the other was too bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, hopefully it's not too big of a stretch to correct that issue. From scratch, so I spent a lot of time writing. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair, Villiers. That's cool though. Oh, painting it and then doing it. Yeah, I did that a little bit with an army a long time ago with my fantasy dark elves. Then I realized it was more annoying to fix all the parts that I clipped off the sprue than it was to just glue the Mini and paint it. What was this? I feel like I missed discussion. I don't know what I missed. Crazy. Everyone season work, land status, even though you're a probationary contract next 18. Weird. Okay. So we got these weapons assembled. Last thing I need to do, we're gonna do this before I get off. So I'll be right back, guys. I gotta grab something. So bear with me. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alright. Zen called it. I need to magnetize these weapons, so I have to bring the big boy down. So I have these disintegrator cannons. They pop off like so. Quick, everyone go crazy. Yeah, the YouTube delay just really hurts that. Starts drawing fish. So, all these magnets, and then I have, these are magnetized also. Boom, just like that. These are 5 mil, these are 3 mil. So let's get my magnet container out. And I believe those are, yeah, definitely 5x1. So I got my little stack of 5x1 magnets. We'll put them on first. And then we'll get the 3s. So what we do, stick them like that. And I believe, oh, they're opposite. Okay. So we'll take these and we glue them in from this side onto there. Move you up. We need our super glue. And we'll need our spudger. And just like that.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for
F&Z Hobby Workshop. Thank you for the follow. Guys, we're like 7 follows away from 4,000. I don't know if that matters. If there's anybody watching that's not a follow and you just want to like give me to 4,000 follows, that'd be cool, but they don't have to. It's alright if it's not worth it to you. You don't have to, but it is exciting. Cool. So we got that. Now let's get the other side. That's right. We flip them around. And if I'm not mistaken, let's just make sure here. That'll hold it in. Okay. No idea we only have 300 subs on YouTube, because all I do is stream on YouTube, and streaming on YouTube never gets you anything. Yeah, I appreciate the sentiment though, Mr. Stroming Fish. So I am currently working on the weapons to my Saturnine Dreadnought. Ooh, this one's like, it's like fun. It's like really pleasing. Huh. But yeah, we're working on that. I was assembling some Leagues of Votann minis and putting together Heresy stuff. That's basically what I'm doing right now. Welcome in, F&Z Hobby Workshop. What are you into? You're obviously a hobby workshop, so I assume you paint minis and do stuff like that. But is there anything in particular that you specialize in? Look at that stubby little gun. It's like his arm got cut off at the elbow or something. YouTube is rough when it comes to letting people know about streams. It is, yeah, and it also like it's not like a like people don't usually go on YouTube to look for streams. Okay, yeah, that sits in there just fine. So cool. We'll take these out. Those are assembled. Let's get our 3mm magnets out. Where are my 3mm magnets? There they are. All right. These are my 3x1mm magnets. That's what I need here. So you only watch streams on YouTube, and that's fair. Yeah, I watch streams on YouTube too. Normally it's like channels I've found that that I already watched the videos and then they also happen to stream, and so I'll catch their streams. Should go in just like this. So what should happen, I should be able to peel off from this side, put it straight down on there. That should work. One of my most useful tools, guys, with this whole hobby is this metal spudger. It was like free in a like a laptop screen kit or whatever, from a place I used to work, and they'd get them with every laptop screen. And so I grabbed a set of them, and man, is it such a good tool. It's like the all-purpose tool. A bit of extra here, but let's take a little paper towel. Doing some Trench Crusade. Oh, cool. All right. And real quick, let's just make sure. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Stole. Yeah, I was going in the trash. Yeah. It just threw them away. Yeah, so I just took a set of it. I had those precision tweezers. These tweezers are so good. These little things. Yeah, and that spudger. We're in some AdMech recently. Okay, okay. Nice. Working on a board. Doom, 1490 Doom. That's really cool. So you got some stuff going on, and that's awesome. Can I get you in there? Yes. It's nice and flush. All right. Dreadnought weapons are put together. So we have the inversion beamer here. And then we have the graviton pulverizer. So very cool there. And then we have the these are called heavy particle shredders, which are like flamethrowers that just melt Space Marines. Been busy but loving it. Yeah, yeah. I get it. Same here. Been enjoying painting lots more new Heresy Marines. It's been my jam. Alright. Everything's magnetized. I gotta put these magnets back here. Where there's 5 mils. Okay. Magnets are back in place. Model kit I'm building is a 1967 Ford Mustang GT Fastback. Oh, cool. Okay. I know what that car looks like. That's cool. I owned a 2000 Mustang. It wasn't a GT, but it was a Mustang. It was fun to drive. Manual transmission. Alright, here's what we're going to do, guys. We are going to find someone to raid out today. Raid out to. We got, let's see, we got some people on. Awkwardish Panda. We could raid. We haven't raided Awkwardish Panda in a while. Let's. Cryo Cheese, another one. Could raid Cryo Cheese. Let's raid Cryo Cheese. How about that? For a second. I don't know what they're painting. We're gonna raid in here. I also miss my manual transmission. Yeah. Blue, silver, gold on the inside frame. Gonna be the inside part's gonna be gold. Outside shell's gonna be silver. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Sounds really cool. Hey, keep me updated. If you guys want to share some of your work, jump into my Discord. Someone can link my Discord real quick. You jump in there, share your progress. I love to see what people are working on, what hobbies people are working on, what minis they're painting or models they're putting in, whatever you guys have going on. I love seeing it. Wednesday nights, just all the links. Yeah, Wednesday nights we do our Patreon hangout. Patreon hangout is it's just a Discord chat, just a voice chat, and whoever's a member of the Patreon has their account hooked up. You have access to that, and we just chill. It's a ton of fun. I look forward to it every Wednesday night. Yeah, there's normally 5 or 6 of us in there that just hang out and chat and hobby and whatever, tell funny stories. And yeah, my Instagram, I probably need to start posting stuff on Instagram, but I am there too. So you guys all have a wonderful afternoon. I will be back on tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be probably painting minis tomorrow. I think that's the plan. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Let's go say hi to Cryo Cheese. Give him a follow. Say hi. Show him some support. And yeah, and let's be good neighbors, all right? Bye, everybody.